Hey, chum. Lance. Noble. String the entire time you slept? Don't sleep so much. Babby. Alright, Lance. Got a lot to do before we take off for Alice's spring break tomorrow. I already beat this character. Why do I need to play it again? Play it again, play it again. Okay. Richard underscore Hammer. Should've waited to grab the soul heart. I knew that. They're coming at me, bro. Well. Large lads here. Doing large lad things. I'm trying to protect my... Oh no, he's dead. I should be shooting, but I'm panicking trying to get this idiot out of the hole. I hate this character. Let me tell you. Like, it's a cute idea, but I hate it. I'll be back for you, bud. Two Lokis. Protect him. Protect him. Yeah, the challenger might double the enemies too. $2020 was nerfed? How so? Not that I don't believe you, just curious. Oh, it's a damage down. Still good. To a point, right? Yeah. There's some math there you could do that effective damage would get really weird. Because you can get so many damage ups. I get them trying to make the game more difficult. I get it. I don't hate a lot of the direct damage nerfs don't seem that bad to me. There will always be ways to abuse the game. They want it to be harder. This is a double character challenge. The double character is in the game mode as well. Like, you can just do regular runs, but this is a challenge. And then there is also co-op, which gets extra confusing. It is actually doubling the enemies, so it's causing some funky spawns like that. Yeah, it's just... I think it's just going to be a hard pill to swallow for some, because, you know, it's been that way for 5 years. Plus 5+ years? No, 7 years. Jesus Christ. I think it's been 7 years since Rebirth. No. Maybe, I don't know. It's been a long time. Not 7, though. At least 5. Not 7. 7 years was, I was Googling earlier to see how long Edmund and Tyrone have been working together. Yeah, change is scary, and it's, like I said, it's difficult when you become accustomed to, right? Like, what are you playing the game for? Some people just like doing Isaac runs and seeing where it ends up. But a lot of people seem okay with the nerfs to certain items. Some of the nerfs weren't as bad as I thought. Brimstone. Milking for the 66 month. 7 years in November. Okay. I don't like all the breaking nerfs because, like, they're super conditional, but and it's a fun thing for people who do want to fuck off can do. Plus the breaking stuff is like really only relevant to Isaac, not the other 16 characters. Did I even sleep? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I have a feeling Heart Generation is a little bit bugged on some items because I don't think they intended to just remove heart generating items from the game. And that's pretty much what they've done with Maw, Athame, Venom Kiss or whatever, Serpent's Kiss or whatever. Even Gimpy felt incredibly weak in comparison. Those are all in the patch notes? Weird. I bet you could abuse a razor blade maybe on the alternate guy. But I'm not brave enough to fuck around and find out. I'm more interested to hear more about what I read today, that it doesn't sound like Edmund is going to split ways with Nicholas either. So Tyronin got nothing from what he did and all this shit he said. Because Edmund said he's changed a lot. But I thought Edmund said he didn't know Tyrone was a bad guy. But now he knows he changed. Intriguing. How do the two people work? There's like a baby that's similar, but basically the one follows the other. But it can get bumped off on walls or rocks and things like that. You can hold right trigger to move the one separately. They have their own health bars. They both have to live. They have their own use items, and cards and pills. He wasn't a bad guy, but if he was, he's definitely changed now. Sounds super hard. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. And the advantage gotten from the extra tiers is not nearly as good as the difficulty of the two. What? I'm not crazy, right? Like I was super far away from that spike block. Yeah, that was wild, dude. Shit. Was it a soul art? This and this. I used the wrong one. This and this is a bomb. I already forgot what does what. Oh god, kill me now. You still break the game like the good old days? I'm sure there's ways. They did nerf most of the breaking items that I've encountered so far. Um, at least your most common ways. But we've always been able to find a way. There's just so much stuff. Alice is doing good. She just got back today. She was gone for 2 days while I played Repentance. It was hard. Okay, so no, it's that. Luck up, HP down, tight. HP up, speed down. Tight. Bethany seems strong some runs. Yeah. I mean, but that's like everybody, right? It starts with a lower charge and then the charge goes up, right? I think it starts like blank card with like a 4 and then goes up. No, I'm not playing multiplayer. This is one of the characters you get in the game. Dude, I'm just not bothering with that shit. It took me like an entire run the other day to get used to the controls though, because I'm like, 5 years of Isaac playing one way and then I gotta relearn the controls for the two characters. It's gotten my brain all, old man brain all fucked up. This is bomb. This is bomb. That is nothing. I really got into a tangent today with this whole shit. I don't know. I'm not in as good of a mood as I was yesterday about Isaac. No, you don't get items. Well, it's twice. Well, it started with I saw a tweet from Edmund saying that he was watching Dan Giesling misidentify everything he ever created. And, you know, like, there's more, you know, yeah. Ah, I can't fucking move. And that's honestly just how I feel that he feels, right? Like, and that got me to tweet about, I'm sure the anti-birth devs got fucked, dude. I'm sure of it. There's no way they didn't. They're not getting, like, any credit. And for those of you that don't know, all of the new floors that you've been enjoying, most of the new items that you've probably unlocked at this point, those all existed in a mod called Anti-Birth that Edmunds is using. Yes, with their permission. I did clear, I believe, the second ending. I'm not sure which one you're referring to as second. 2 different bosses I've killed. 2 different new bosses. And some of the stuff is good. There are some good changes. I think the new side-scrolling boss is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie about that, but it's just frustrating thinking about how we got here. The new mother fight, and then the side-scrolling, whatever it's called. I don't remember its fucking name. The side-scrolling 4 horsemen, and then some monster thing. Dogma. Apparently. No, I don't have any plans to next time. I'm going on vacation. Alice and I didn't get to take our vacation last year because of COVID, and then her mother and I separated. So this spring break, I'm taking Alice on vacation. I'm leaving first. I'm gonna leave as soon as the stream is over. I'll be gone for like 4 or 5 days, and then when we get back, we'll see where we're at. I'm gonna try to enjoy those days. Absolutely. It's not exactly great timing, but I don't make the schedule for spring break at school, you know? Going anywhere except we're going to Kentucky to fish and hanging out with my friend Gavin and their daughter. So just hanging out on the lake. Weather's not quite as warm as we'd hoped for, but it's not terrible. Hopefully I can catch some 50-pound plus catfish. Excuse me? Was I really in the room long enough for that? I'm sure, well, I'm pretty confident I'll enjoy my vacation. I'm fishing. The hardest part was deciding how many fishing poles I could bring and not be embarrassed. I ended on 10. That was the appropriate number. No, it wasn't all. I cut 2 out. Like, well, I shouldn't say 2. I cut 2 that I care about out. I have a fucking 25 fishing poles. If you count a bunch of people buy me like $20 junky, closed face Walmart stuff for Christmas and birthdays and stuff because they don't know. Actually, this is one of the new characters. So, yes, you have to deal with 2 people. Uh, we're all driving down there together, yeah. We're taking my boat and we're driving down. Kentucky Lake. I'm not afraid to tell you where you are because I just Googled and that fucking lake is like 160,000 acres. So good luck finding me. It's part of the Tennessee River, I think. "2,000 miles of shoreline." It's pretty crazy to think about for an inland lake. And I grew up in the Great Lakes state. Yeah, I got a trailer. This is the last thing. I bought it like... Never mind. Spidey ain't even 1,000 bits. I appreciate it. I don't know, man. Yeah, I have a strained relationship with the game. I don't know. I have a strained relationship with the world at the moment, it feels like. I'm very frustrated by the white knighting of this whole Tyrone situation. And now I'm seeing it, like I said earlier, it looks like Edmund isn't for sure going to split ways with Tyrone, which is extra funny. So for all future projects, we get to... What's the Tyrone stuff? Just like blatant racism, anti-Semitism, exploiting his employees. There's a whole shitload of it on the internet if you look it up. Skype calls where he's making jokes about, you know, just bad. I was gonna say some of them, but that's not appropriate. Just bad. And Edmund claimed to not know any of it was going on, but now claims he has changed. Tyrone has changed. So, you know. Which I do, you know, people deserve a second chance, whatever. Yes, I do believe that. I genuinely do. I'm not the most extreme of the PC people you know, but this is ridiculous to me, dude. He used the excuse that the game was almost finished, so he didn't want to cut ties with him this close to finish. Then a year and a half later, the Repentance releases. I don't have any sympathy for the multimillionaire. who couldn't afford to cut ties with the racists so that he could make more money. We all know he could have if he wanted to. He didn't want to. He chose not to because it was an inconvenience to his life. And that shows his priorities. How do you feel about the balance changes? I think some of them aren't great. Some of them are fine. I think they added some good stuff. I've been trying to be honest with the game and try to keep the personal separate. You know, the old separate the art from the artist. I'd rather separate the head from the racist, but, you know, here we are. Wait, what? Oh, apparently I used my Emperor card. Oops. Did he mention in his interview? Of course not. Why would he? That's the game, right? This is tough with that many purple balls bouncing around blocking everything. Yeah, there has been no discussion or reference to what took place at Nicholas and what's happened there since it was exposed from either part. There's been nothing done to change anything. And the employee exploitation stuff's just as bad. And like I said, from a personal standpoint, did the exact kind of bullshit to Cobalt and I when we were down there. Made many remarks about his Asian wife that were not appropriate but used the excuse he could because he was Hispanic and she was his wife. It's just, I don't know, it's awkward as fuck. So anyway, I forgot. I reminded myself my one true joy is the number of people that I have seen say they're not going to buy this. you know, conservatively, because I don't want to pretend, you know, I don't want to take credit for anything. Conservatively, let's say I helped persuade, you know, hundreds of people to buy this game over the last few years. Conservatively. So if I can help persuade hundreds of people to not buy their next games, I'm in. It's not kind of fucked up. If you go read the Skype logs and stuff, it's like real fucked up. It's like, it's not like, we're not talking about borderline. because he stood by and continued to let that man make money off of. Oh, can I get Bookworm on both of them actually? And let that guy make money off his game, as he continues to say. Because it's an inconvenience to him, I guess. Can't get Bookworm on both of them, huh? That's weird. What would cause him not be able to? I guess the synergy can only happen once. So no double guppy or anything like that? So Twati Cake, staying with a tier 3 in 71 months. Yeah, some people are going to hate the nerf the fun out of it. I think, I said it yesterday a bunch, I really think a lot of the changes seem to be aimed at those of us that have a fuck ton of hours in the game and, like, abuse and batter it. They don't seem to be aimed at the casual guy who plays Isaac at, you know, a couple runs a week. I don't know what your opinion is on that stuff, but yeah, Edmund tweeted about possibly looking at reducing the difficulty on normal mode, but that doesn't solve the issue. If people can't beat it on hard, they're going to be missing unlocks and things like that throughout the game. Unlocks are tied to hard mode, as well as normal mode. At least they were. I guess I only play on hard because I skipped that step. Most of the new content is much harder than any of the original Isaac content, because it was all a mod that was intended to be more difficult. However, it is alternate paths that you don't have to take every single run if you don't want to. Oh god, you're slowly getting sucked. Yeah, I'm just gonna get hit. That's your theory. That's definitely not the real reason. Chum, thank you for the $5. I got one before that one. Oh my god, I did. Ominous. That's a lot of money 11 minutes ago. I'm sorry, I don't know, my brain is in another castle. Could buy anything for spring break, even a boat. Dude, I could. I saw one actually on Craigslist, or not Craigslist, Marketplace for 75 bucks. Though I don't trust it to float, but you know. How about just some bait? Masturbate. In your name. How do I do things with this character? I do this. Something like that. It's just, I don't know. But thank you both for the tips. I appreciate it. The thing that's funny is if it was anybody but, you know, an Edmund of the world, working with a person like Tyrone would have been a no-brainer to say, fuck that guy, he's obviously an asshole. But because it's some kid's favorite game dev, I gotta hear over and over and over them White Knight for him. Etiquette, thank you for the 2 months. guess I'm gonna redo the floor. And more repulsive. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's such a shitty, dumb thing to me. And I had some responses today from other game devs that said it's such an issue. My favorite one, though, and I'm sorry if this guy is here, but probably my favorite ever Twitter interaction happened today. I tweeted, you know, I'm sick of people white knighting for the multimillionaire that is still working with a racist. And somebody responded, which one? And their icon was an Isaac image. And I said, the one that owns your avatar? Awkward. And they didn't know. You know, they genuinely didn't know and looked it up. And I see they even took the time to say, yeah, I'm just not going to fly that flag anymore. But I don't know. It's frustrating. And it's happening. It's been happening on Twitch for so long, dude. The streamers that get away with the same shit, dude. And then I gotta fucking go on Facebook and read about cancel culture all day long. All these fucking idiot hillbillies in my town that believe cancel culture exists, while meanwhile it only exists if the person isn't popular. You could, like, cancel your next door neighbor. Fuck that guy anyway, right? Because that's what it really comes down to, right? I don't care who it is. If you're willing to put profit above human decency, then you're a piece of shit. I don't care if you... Yeah. God, these controls, dude. My brain can't handle it. Alright, we got there. Zeal, thank you for the gift subs. Yeah, I looked at his Twitter. He didn't seem like a guy that wouldn't care to know. You know, he said he wanted to look it up and learn for himself, which, you know, good. That's why I don't want to. That's why, like, I wanted to tweet a picture of it because it was a really funny interaction. But when I saw the guy seemed like a decent human being that just didn't know, and that's what they're banking on, right? As long as people forget about it, the next game can still be a Nicholas game. Tyrone doesn't have to step down from company or shit. It's not Edmund, it's Nicholas. I mean, I'm not gonna make that exception, Edicus. Like, you know, Edmund tweeted a couple months back that, you know, Tyrone is so has changed and is so much better now, but tweeted before that he didn't know there was anything going on with Tyrone. So like, I'm not buying it. He also chose to stay with Nicholas even after all this shit came out because he said repentance was just around the corner and it wasn't worth switching. I mean, you can say that he didn't say the shit, but he also continued to put money in the pocket of the racist, of the guy who exploits his employees, when he could have made a choice not to. He's not some startup indie dev that can't afford to, you know, lose a little extra money. He's done like 2 or 3 Kickstarters since then that were all successful. He could have easily made a choice to change and didn't. I'm not gonna sit around and let people pretend like if you just... I didn't see he said it. Fuck that, man. He was just as involved. He was just as aware. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to themselves because they don't want to feel bad about what they're playing. I have no idea what I'm going to do with and what I'm going to play, and I'm not trying to promote all that. I just don't like the idea that we're just going to ignore it ever happen. I don't know that there is a perfect solution or anything like that. I just hate that it's just... Yeah. And I honestly was like ignoring it completely until I saw a bunch of dumb shit today about... And I've seen just no hype for the fact that Anti-Birth did such a good job is so sad to me. I knew this was going to be the case. Edmund the Almighty. All the booster packs were modded content. Like... And I really don't care, like, as much about buying it or not. I know there's other employees in line. I do not have an answer for what you do. I'm not saying I have the great solution besides the dude that clearly, and it's beyond just racism, right? Like, I mean, he fucking fat shames a guy into doing stupid shit because he can, because he's his boss. Like, it's all gross, dude. Because kids are desperate to get into this fucking industry. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like, I know it's not what anyone wants to talk about. They want to be hyped and excited for their new fucking DLC. I know, me too. Really, really, me too. But I hate to see it ignored by so many. Like, yeah, I hate to see it ignored by so many. You gotta, like, it's a bunch of button combinations. So, like, to use his space, all right, this is the regular character, right? Say this is your normal character, this is the secondary character. So to use your normal stuff is the normal buttons for your normal character, except cards. That's holding right trigger and then pressing left trigger. This guy, you'd use right bumper to use his use item, then hold right trigger and right bumper to use his use item or his consumable. It's just, yeah. I can't remember it all. Yeah, at best, enabling a dickhead for another $1,000,000. Or exactly. Like, best case scenario. But let's again, like, just you take fucking 5 minutes to process this shit, dude. I'm around the same age as Ed. I grew up in the same era of spewing stupid shit all over the internet on Newgrounds where this game started. He's just a fucking kid from the 2000s who didn't change and grow up and learn at all and is fine with it. That is a fact. Steven being blackface is a absolute intentional joke at it and nothing else. Always has been. But is the game worth buying? That's a decision you have to make because I don't know you. That's a decision you have to make. And again, I don't know if one means the other should be eliminated, right? Like I don't have the answer for that. I just think problems should be looked at, they should be addressed, they should be talked about. You know, I'm not sitting here telling anyone to make some ultimate grand decision for the rest of your life. But shitty people deserve to be called out on being shitty. Yeah, I mean, he is still just a fucking edgelord, RTY. There's no doubt about it. And when they do find out Short Magic, they immediately just assume there's no way their Lord and Savior, Master of Game Design, could have possibly been aware of it, even though they worked together for 5 years and now 2 more after he was aware of it. And possibly going to continue working together in the future. Because he's changed. The thing he was unaware of, it's changed. Unaware of it. Sorry, it felt like one more was necessary. So here's the deal, right? No. God, do I say it? I shouldn't. But that's exactly it, right? We're all afraid of who we're gonna offend by just trying to condemn an asshole. That sucks, dude. That fucking sucks. And it is because our peers choose not to. That's what I'm gonna say. They're offended by the same shit when it's not in their backyard and when it's not, you know, but it sucks. And I understand it, but it's incredibly frustrating for someone like me who can't do that. I think so too. I think so too. Well, and that it's incredibly frustrating because we've had a year where a lot of people were finally nutting up and saying shit on speaking out to things that they would have normally been afraid to because of their brand, and then now we aren't. And And again, like I said, I don't think it even necessarily has to kill the game. I don't even think you necessarily have to say I'm never going to play the game again, as long as you're going to not hide the truth to play the... Right? Overlord, thank you for the 41 months. Slander is a thing in the States. I'm quoting Kotaku ads, or Kotaku articles that are existed and published and still published to this day. I was just reading one again today for a refresher course for some people that forgot. I'm not making things up here. These are just things that were published. And things that were admitted by those accused. But yeah, no, definitely. There is even an element of that, you know. I joked about it. There's a good chance at some point I cannot play this game anymore. I know. It'll make for very funny conversations I probably can't have with you because I'm sure a lawyer would be involved. Oh, I want that, but I don't want to take red heart damage to get it. What have I done? It's damned if you do, damned if you don't for everyone involved. Well, except the guy who's except the guy who's not being damned. The one that deserves to be damned still isn't. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, unless you're the asshole that's done it all in the first place. I didn't lose it. The funny part is, like, if you read the Kotaku articles and stuff, like, this wasn't just affecting individual employees, too. I mean, it delayed Gungeon's releases and stuff like that, too, because they were making promises to Devolver. I mean, they... And same deal, you know? People have to speak out, but everyone... But then you do and no one fucking cares anyway, right? Oh, him getting hit doesn't fuck your devil deal. I was trying so hard to protect him, I was beating my own ass. But you sit there and earn money with the game. It's true. It's absolute. Yes. I'm also, at least, I just said, at least talking about the subject. I don't know what to do. I don't know the answer. But at least address the subject. Yes, I know. I'm aware. If you would like to condemn me over it, I understand and accept that. I spent a lot of time discussing it, a lot of time considering it. I would agree with you, Lacker. To me, it's not about blaming even just the game. It's about at least making sure, you know, if you make that choice, fine. Like I just said, if you make the choice not to support me because I've played it, because of the shit I've said over the years, I'd understand. That's your choice, and I'd understand. I've talked plenty of shit over the years. Uh, but yeah, to not do the bare minimum, which is at least stop paying the fucking asshole that started all this isn't being done. Who has a history of it before Isaac, too? He did the same shit with fucking Cave Story. But he'll never go, because his foothold too deep. And people only care when it's not apparently dangerous for them to care. Rodham, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Anyway, I don't want to do it all night. It's just frustrating. And it hit me hard today with, yeah, a bit of my own guilt, plus some dumb shit I read. Cancel culture is literally not a thing because we're sitting here playing Isaac, and I bet hundreds of thousands of people have watched it on Twitch today. That it was published by. Like, I don't know how that conversation even needs to be had here today when we're literally. Oh, that's not the one. This button. The button fumble. Dude, it's so awkward. There's so many buttons. Hold right trigger plus left, and there's no instruction manual after the start. Katoon, thank you for the 74 months. I'm just glad I'm not accidentally dropping bombs like crazy anymore. Oh no. The one guy being faster than the other is real fucky too. The guy ate some speed down pills. The other one got some speed up. I did. I figured out how to use everything. I got it now. I mean, I gotta think about it, and sometimes I still eat the wrong one, but I'm aware of all the button combinations. So it's not always aware of which one's gonna do what. Is speed shared? It felt like one of them was just, they do seem to be shared. It felt like one of them was lagging behind there, but you're right. No, he must have got caught on something and I didn't realize it. Whoa. Oh, eat those. Yeah, it just takes like the tiniest little snag and they're gone, right? It's a tough character. I said I hate it. I don't really, but I've always said this since the release of like Isaac for me, or since I started playing Isaac, like it is the Binding of Isaac. The other characters just honestly to me are just there for unlocks. The real game is just playing Isaac. I asked yesterday, does anyone regularly play other just at random? Like Maggie? Come on, Maggie? Eden, I think, was the best character add, and I've said that a lot. I think Eden's the only one that I would. Judas a lot. Yeah, I think Eden is a good concept. You know, it's random. Random is fun. So we heard you liked fighting the cage. Do you want to fight 2 cages? Ow! Actually. Did I just overdo that? No. So it's this. Getting there. Well, yeah, because we've forgotten about it. So play it by ear. Because if we're not gonna say anything, if it's not gonna continue to get published about, then you can just play it by ear. Didn't seem to have affected the sales of this. I don't have to do that in some silly order. Now, will this break that, or will it go to the next? It will go to the next one. I thought it would. They did good stuff there with the hell. I did not mean to pick that up with you. And I am sad now. Cry, cry, cry. No. And then it's this. Haha, I'm learning things I already know. Yeah, I know. I wanted the Loki on the brim. Would have been tight. One dies, both die. They're freaking insane. Yeah, do we know how to unlock the alt characters yet, or are we still waiting on someone to rub Edmund's feet? We do? Oh, how do we do it? Was it data mine? God, tell me it was data mine. Someone actually figured it out. Too bad. Remember the red key? I do. I figured that could be an answer. Well, dropping a trinket in an item room and then picking it up on the way back. Oh, the music note one? Oh, that's not that complicated. Is it that one? Chum, thank you for the gift sub. Oh, any trinket? In a specific item room, though? Or just any old item room? I don't want to watch a video guide. Is it so complicated I have to watch some fucking video tutorial guide? You can't type it out via the text chat provided to you by twitch.tv? It just shows the characters do. Yeah, I just want to unlock them. Oops, I just used that paw. Okay. And you use that key in Isaac's home to open a secret door. But you don't always get that key. Which is frustrating. But Isaac-y. I've been getting mom's contact instead of that key. Oh, you get the key if you use the trinket? Okay, okay. So let's, well, I'm in a challenge. I'm not going to do it here. It's a different key. Okay. We're just going to do an Isaac run and drop trinkets in every item room and let chat yell at me that I'm doing it wrong. It's going to be tight. I can't wait, honestly. I'm thrilled. Oh my god, I used that card so fast. Are you all so proud of me? You should be. Witness my skills. 13 Celluna. Uh-huh. That's what I'm going with. I give up. I tried. I swear. Can I just have a crystal ball, please? I'm so excited to go fishing tomorrow, chat. Let me tell you what. The what is I'm excited to go fishing tomorrow. That's the what. I'm in second grade, so I'm still struggling with pronunciation on some things. You know, the more difficult ones. Like Luna. uh... All right. We're getting there. Oh, either will do it because the red key can get you into the same room that the trinket does. All right. That's not too bad. Way to go for not making it absolute insanity to unlock. Can it be unlocked on normal mode? Out of curiosity. Probably, right? Yeah, that seems solvable. Like, even accidentally, right? I just feel bad for the casuals out there that want to play the new content. The game definitely did get harder. Like, because I joked right away that, like, hard mode is not really harder. And it's not, like, significantly harder, I don't think. But I should clarify, it's not significantly harder for someone like me that knows the game well. But I think for someone who just plays casually, everything's significantly harder. Back to racing. Now this game has no racing potential anymore. That is definitely dead. This is a challenge. It's my target species for tomorrow. Well, we're not getting there until the afternoon, so I'll probably just throw out some fucking bank lines and see if we can get some catfish. Maybe some buffalo. I've never caught a buffalo before. A goddamn buffalo, Chad. That's right. But I kind of want to just fish a bunch of shit. I got 5 days or 4 or 5 days. We haven't decided yet. 4 or 5 days to. You can tell I've already decided. To explore an insanely large. It's a river dammed up, but you know they call it a lake down south. A reservoir. Actually, hey, down there in a reservoir. It's like fucking 160,000 acres. There's some amount of space I'll never be able to fish at all. It would take me a month to go around it. Buffalo is a type of fish. Kind of like a carp. Though I think people eat them more often than a carp. Like carp's eaten in some places in Europe, I know. Like a Christmas dinner even in some places in Europe, I know. I'm just gonna do bad. Fuck it. Honestly. Was that always as spammy with both the spikes and the attack? Or is that worse? Because that felt worse. Oh, that was 2 of them. Right. That was definitely worse. Fumbling for the 3 months. You going for crappie in the morning? It's a good time of year in some places, I bet, already, huh? Might even be here. I don't know. I'm hoping we're not too early in the season. We're headed to Kentucky. Yeah, we're not too early in the season. This hasn't been super warm, so we might have some struggles. But that's okay, man. I don't gotta catch fish to have fun. If I fish for 4 days in a row and don't catch a single fish, I'm still gonna be much happier than I am right this second. There is a tinted rock. I guess I should grab it because there's gonna be 2 hearts probably. Yeah, I didn't plan it to be like a post-repentance relief. It's really just when Alice's vacation is in. Like I said, it's been kind of a big deal to go on this damn vacation. since it got canceled last year. Like, I don't want to get too personal, but it was like a big issue last year for Alice with our last family vacation getting canceled. Kind of shit was real sad, you know? Like, cry a lot kind of stuff. Canceled because of COVID, but it was also like her and her mom and I had already split, but we decided to like do this one last hoorah because Alice had asked us to, and then COVID canceled it, so one last hoorah didn't go down right. So now she's very excited and hasn't mentioned the family vacation thing once. So yeah, dude, it is really rough. It's true. Like I said, a little too personal, but I've been kind of like trying to explain it without just saying exactly why it's so damn important. But it's damn important. Still stalking neighborhood cats. Yeah, we haven't seen the nice one in a while, just the mean one that hisses at us. It's not gonna get warm again until Monday. Yeah, I know, it's sad. Sadly, we're showing up a little early this week. Wish we would have waited a couple days. The days still aren't bad. It was what was it today down there? I bet it was similar to here. It was almost freezing here today. I think 33 degrees was the high. I turned my heat off and forgot it was going to get that cold today. I woke up very cold. Dude, she's done so well with the school shit, like, and the COVID shit, because the first, I will say, there was, the panic has resolved a bit, right? Like, I don't know. Not trying to downplay COVID as much as we all kind of came out. Let's hope it won't do that over and over and over. Oh, I could have tried yokering. That was what you had to do, apparently. You exit the game, and then you get the achievement. Oh, no. Subs, tips, bits, all that shit that lets me do this for a living. I appreciate it, and I'll see you probably tomorrow.